The thing that matters a little bit more than being disciplined is being focused. So I personally think one of the best experiences that you will probably go through life, if you choose to, is to really learn how to master your time, your energy, and your focus. I feel like the more that you have control over what you focus on, the more unstoppable you really do become. Imagine you get a vision, you have an idea of something that you want to create. You haven't seen it in this world, and you give yourself the time and the ability to just sit down and to plan it out. And then you start to connect with people and resources to really push that idea forward, and you create something that changes this world. Imagine having that vision and choosing to not bring it to life because you rather sit on social media and scroll all day. I've learned how important my energy and my attention is, and the only thing that I want to do is really protect it. So in my most recent video, I talked about going ghost, and I didn't really talk about what that looks like beyond like just taking a step back, because going ghost is actually a very intentional thing to do. It's not just something like, okay, I'm just gonna go home and completely ignore the world. During these seasons where you choose to go ghost, where you choose to sit down to focus on the things that you want to focus on, this is really how you learn how to structure not only your day, but you also learn how to just own your attention, own your focus, right? It's really creating time and space for the things that you want to do. You have to learn how to prioritize what's most important for you and to show up for yourself first. I think that's the biggest lesson that I'm learning in this season. Again, I'm doing YouTube, I'm in school, I'm running a business, I'm dating again. And so it's like creating space for myself. It's proving to myself that, hey, you really can do whatever you put your mind to. You can really accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. But nothing brings me more joy than knowing that I'm not only doing all the things that I said I wanted to do, but I'm also taking care of myself. And now that I'm in school, I'm learning the importance of creating time and space to not only be a great student in the classroom, but to also be a student beyond the classroom. So not only creating time to study, but creating enjoyment around these times where I know I need to lock in and study. So I've been going to libraries more. I live in Atlanta, and I've been exploring different coffee shops within different neighborhoods. So I will like get dressed and go explore a different coffee shop, try a different coffee. I'll set up my camera because I am trying to capture this journey of becoming the brand that I desire to be more. So I'll set up my camera, but I will actually sit down to do the work. I don't know, I guess because it's so new, moments like this, it doesn't really feel real yet. Like I've only been in school for almost 2 months now. So I'm still trying to wrap my mind around being a student. But when I really think about like, I'm doing this and I want to do it right and I want to have fun with it. Like I just been trying to make learning and studying more fun. So I enjoy creating the time and the space to be a student. In those moments where it's time for me to just lock in on whatever it is I'm doing for school, I'll do that. So even though I'm a content creator, even though I'm an entrepreneur, my intentions are never to go to school, be in the classroom, and to be working on like content for either a client or for myself. I use that time to really be a student, to really be engaged. I will fall into the trap of trying to multitask everything on my agenda, everything that's on my plate. And usually when I do this, I don't feel more productive. I don't feel like I have better balance. I really feel like just burnt out and overstretched, right? And this is something that I've learned over the last couple of years. Like I cannot multitask. When it's a time for me to just sit down and focus on one thing, I cannot multitask. And when I say multitask, I mean, I really can't even have too much running. Like I don't study with music on. I don't read a book with TV on. Like if I'm doing one thing, I'm doing that one thing. And the thing about it is like, even when I'm at the gym, you know how some people can listen to like a podcast and work out? I can't, because if I'm listening to that podcast, especially if it's something that is relevant to either school, business, dating, or anything else, I start to feel so inspired. I start to feel so motivated that I immediately want to take action. So it's like in the moments where I am supposed to be focused focusing on working out, I cannot read my emails. I have to just focus on working out. And in the moments where I'm just supposed to be focusing on writing a paper, I cannot think about the kind of content that I want to create later on. And so just by avoiding multitasking, it has helped me to understand how to break my goals down into phases. So think about it like this. Most people who work out, if they've ever worked out with like a personal trainer, they know the importance of having like an agenda or a workout plan before you actually get to the gym. Otherwise, when you show up to the gym and you don't know what you're going to do for the day, you are not focused on anything. You're literally just going off of vibes. So what that looks like for me, if I don't sit down to really think about what I want to work out on ahead of time, I'll get to the gym at my usual time. I'll start with my warm up. I'll do 27 minutes of cardio. And then when I get off the treadmill and I realize that I don't know what I want to do, more than likely, I'm going to talk myself into, well, today could just be a cardio day. And before you know it, I'm in the sauna, chilling, scrolling on my phone, and then I'm headed home. And this example really does demonstrate why focus is so much more important than discipline. So the psychology of goal setting shows that our brain rewards clarity with motivation. So when you know exactly what you're aiming for, clarity gives your effort a purpose, and that purpose saves you a lot of time. So if you don't know, I am a marketing girly. I have about 10 years in marketing. My title is usually like a marketing project manager or a content project manager. This is where I have learned that discipline without direction is just wasted effort. So in a corporate environment for me, I know this has shown up in a lot of different ways. So many people have great ideas. They want to bring it to your team, and your job as a project manager, like, you should definitely be asking questions. You should definitely always like get to the why behind the why. But there are some situations where you are just directed to move forward, right? I'm sure we can all relate to this in some kind of form or capacity. And so this person brings this idea to you. They want you to just move it forward. There's very little direction. There's very little purpose or little need behind why we're going to post 5 times a day. And let's say that you're a content creator, you can probably relate to this. So you just start creating content, you start pushing it out, and you're just like going, you're like, they said keep posting 5 times a day. We've done it every day for a week. You keep going. They said keep posting 5 times a day. We've done it every day for 2 weeks. And time just keeps, let me tell you something. Discipline without clarity, without direction, without a real purpose, without focus, is truly wasted energy, right? Let's say instead of posting 5 times a day on social media just for the sake of reaching 100,000, maybe you put the time, energy, and effort into building out something of real value, and you build out a full campaign around it and you push it out. That will probably move the needle forward more than posting 5 times a day just for the sake of being consistent. What I've learned through this experience is that what if you apply that mindset to everything, every goal that you have? So your fitness goals, your career goals, your personal goals, you just start to treat everything like a project. So a project will always start with purpose. It should always be measurable, and it should always have a timeline. So that structure alone really does help you eliminate a lot of hours of indecision because you already know what's supposed to come next. And before every project begins, you are supposed to sit down and define your scope. So the what, the why, and the how, that's what keeps you from spiraling or just completely going off track. And so this process basically protects the quality of whatever you're working on, but it also helps you keep a realistic timeline in place. So if you apply this same approach to your life, like where you treat every area, health, education, business, running a brand, as separate projects, you sit down, you divide each project into different phases, you break those phases down into milestones, and then you turn those milestones into actionable steps or tasks that you can keep track of on a daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis. You will start to find time for everything that you're working on. When you give each goal or project its own timeline and deadline, you basically give yourself the space to work on things within a realistic capacity. So instead of trying to do everything at once, instead of trying to get everything done by the end of this year, you'll start to realistically look at what you want to accomplish and realistically look at everything that you have on your plate to say, you know what? Although I would really love to lose these 13 pounds by the end of December, if I set this daily goal, if I set this weekly goal, if I set this monthly goal, realistically, I can achieve this goal by February and still be happy. And as you integrate this breakdown into, again, your daily schedule, you will start to actually notice that, number one, you do have time to do all of it, but you'll also stop feeling overly stretched or feeling like you're behind in every area of your life. And so this principle of focus, it really does trickle down into everything that you do. So creating time and space for your friends, creating time and space for dating, creating time and space for family. It's really about like being fully present in that moment and showing up to your fullest capacity. But then there are parts of it where it's like, okay, realistically, and this is something that I didn't mention in my video of going ghost. So going ghost is not just about completely isolating yourself from everyone. It is important to me to maintain my friendships, to maintain relationships that really matter to me. And so I've mastered how to show up for people that I truly love. But what this can often look like, especially if you're new to just kind of taking a step back from people, you have to just overcome this fear of missing out. So I saw recently on TikTok, it was like this video and the person basically said like, you have 2 or 3 invites from me to decline before I stop inviting you to things. And I just think like that mindset is very selfish. Like life be lifing. You cannot expect people to always show up for you. But the people who know me and the people who love me, when they notice that like, okay, Cherrelle ain't really been on the scene, she ain't really been posting on social media, I haven't really seen her in the group chat, they know never to take it personal. If anything, they might reach out to me just to say, hey, what's up, how's it going? A lot of the times my friends will just check in with me to see how school has been because they know this is a new journey for me. But also what I'm learning is that like, okay, and don't invite me. Actually, you shouldn't invite me. And I recently thought about this because when you think about like the idea of birthdays, everybody has a birthday, right? Imagine that you knew 20 people who were born in October, right? And they all invited you to their birthday dinner. You're gonna show up because you don't wanna miss out. You're gonna show up because you are afraid that they're no longer gonna invite you. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna be like, thank you so much for this invite. I unfortunately will not be able to make it, but I wish you peace and prosperity in this next year of life. And that's it for me. Like, see you, because I've learned how important it is to protect my focus right now. I've learned how important it is to just show it for myself, even if that means saying no to other people. Now, again, I'm not new to this. I'm very true to this. So I know who to show up for. And those people know that like, regardless of what I'm going through in life, I'm gonna show up for the moments that really, really matter. So maybe I'm not coming to every sushi night. Maybe I'm not in every group chat thread, but if it's something and I know it's important to you, it's going to be important to me, and I'm going to make time and space for it. Now, I didn't say all this to say that becoming more focused or becoming more disciplined is going to make everything more easier. I think with everything that you want to accomplish, with every journey that you set forth on, there's always going to be challenges. And those challenges are going to really test you. They're going to make you decide what to cut back on and or just how can you really rise to the occasion. I do hope whatever journey you're on, no matter what challenges that you are faced with, that you choose just not to give up. I just hope that you choose and understand that you can push through to achieve all things that you put your mind to. Sometimes it really does mean just taking a step back. I'm not going to encourage anyone to go ghost who doesn't want to go ghost, but I do know in seasons where, you know what, I just need to lock in. I need to put my head down so I can get things done. Going ghost is one of those most impactful moments for me. As I mentioned in my most recent video, when I took a step back to go ghost for the month of June, I was able to truly grow here on YouTube. I saw the most growth in that month. I don't care how hard it gets. The last thing I'm going to do is fail and give up. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. This is one of those videos where I had a script, and at this moment I just felt like what better way to really talk about how to make time for everything than sharing transparently how I make time for all the things that I'm doing currently in my life. And I hope that you just have something that you're aiming for that gives you that same drive, that same motivation to just keep going. So before you go, make sure to check out all the resources that are listed down below. They have been designed to help you become the woman that you desire to be and to create the brand that you desire to have. Thank you so much again for watching this video. I will catch you in my next upload.